In an emergency or disaster, we all know communications is very, very important. Well, today I'm going to show you a very wide-banded handheld radio that can be used for both GMRS and ham radio. And this is the ABBREE AR518 full band radio. Let's check it out. Alright folks, welcome back. So I wanted to bring you this radio today. The reason I picked this up, and this was from Banggood, is mainly because of the display and its wide-banded capabilities. This thing has a range that is just amazing. Now, as responsible radio operators, you are going to be able to transmit outside of the ham or GMRS bands. You don't want to do that, so please do not transmit and interfere with anybody that you shouldn't be transmitting on. But the reason I like this is because that screen is huge. If you wear glasses, if you work in situations where it's kind of dark or not hard to see, I mean, take a look at that big screen. That thing is just huge. You can read that from anywhere. It also is very, very simple to program. It does have the long press keys on it. Some radios will have a function button. You push the function button and the key will do something else. These keys operate when you hit them for a long time or a long press. So if I wanted to say go into LED mode there, or change the step, or change the beep on and off, or dual watch, or FM, whatever I want to do, I can just push that. Like if I want to go into repeater mode here, okay? I see the RP. I push and hold that RP, and watch. Now we're in a minus offset. If I want to change that, I push over here to be a plus offset. So however I want to do it, I can do it. Or I can just push and hold it and get out of repeater mode again. If I want to turn the Vox or scan or anything else, or change the squelch level, let's say, push and hold that. See, here's your squelch. And I can go, oops, back up. And I can go up and down. I have it on 4 right there, so we'll just hold it. Now, one of the things I did do was I turned off the beeping and the voice. This does have a voice that will say squelch, and you'll push up or down and confirm, and you hit exit, and it's good. So I did turn that off already, just because it's very, very hard to concentrate while you're programming it. I was able to hit a lot of the local repeaters here with just this small antenna, pretty decent antenna. We are going to do a power output test on this. I actually have a proper output meter now. I'm very excited because I've been testing these radios and kind of going by what they say. Now they say that this has 10 watts. Well, I can tell you right now it doesn't. It doesn't transmit on 10 watts. However, we kind of knew that. It goes without saying that a lot of times these radios' power outputs can be exaggerated, or they'll tell you the output of the speaker and not the power. So I do have one of these and we will test it in a minute. But I'm definitely pleased with the radio as far as what it is. It's a 5-watt handheld radio. Works very, very well. Seems to do what it's supposed to do when I need it to do it. And being able to program the local repeaters in very simply like that is very cool. Now I did get one small disappointment with this. And it came with a European plug. Now I have adapters, no big deal. But it was kind of like, darn, I wish they'd sent it with the American plug. But no big deal. I have an adapter, and if you don't have an adapter, Banggood sells hundreds of them. They're very easy to come by. No big deal on that. So you have that built-in large display. It's a 1.77-inch high-definition large screen on the front. You have two different display modes. You can do frequency or channel mode. So if you're setting this up for GMRS and you want to put it in channel mode, you can do that. Let me see if I can find the channels for you. All right, simple enough. You'll go push menu and you'll hold it and you get into mode. And you can choose, between frequency or channel. Very, very simple. And when you're done, you just exit out, and there you go. But I like the frequencies on it. I've always been a person that likes the frequencies, and I remember, especially with ham stuff, I remember frequencies over channels. And if you tell me go to channel 1, and that's our main repeater in town, I'm going to forget what channel 1 is programmed in there. So I like having my frequencies on there. I guess I could name them sometimes, but this doesn't have an option for that. You just have channel mode. However, if you're using it for GMRS, putting the channels in as channel mode might be really handy. And maybe you can store the repeaters that you might have for GMRS in frequency mode. And they can be stored optional, back and forth. You have 128 memories in this, okay? You will get about 5 to 10 kilometers with the antenna there. You do have DTMF encoding and decoding. It does decode. You have CTCS and DCS, so it does have the digital coded squelch as well as your regular tones. Very simple to set up. To program it, you're just going to basically pick a frequency in frequency mode, go in there, and go through your menu. Let me show you the menu really quick here. Okay, we were just in mode, so we're just going to scroll all the way through. This is voice. You can turn the voice on or off on that. Let me go off. See, Let's go. So let's go into voice mode, off, on, Chinese or English, or off. So we're going to exit out of that, and done. You have a beep, so that beeps every time you push a button. Very annoying. You have save, so you can save it into what channels you want. Your squelch level, which I showed you, your dual watch, your step, okay? So if you want to change how wide or narrow this scans through the steps of the frequencies, you click on that there. Now I have it at 0.25, but you can change that to whatever you want, however you want to do it. That's the lowest it will go, is 0.25. So we hit confirm on that and get out of there. You have your screen display there. That was what we showed you before. Your light, okay, your LED display if you want to change the timeout on it. Very simple to use. Your lock, and you can also lock it by pushing and holding the lock key at the bottom. Radio, let's see, let's turn it on. Okay. So if you want to go to FM radio, you can pick up radios on there. Okay, you can pick up FM stations on it. Okay, transmit priority, timeout timer, your Roger beep. Don't use a Roger beep. Your Vox, Vox levels, Vox delete. Your power, we have it in high right now. So I'll show you the high and low once we get into that in a second. So all in all, it's a very simple radio to operate. Programming it was a breeze. If you programmed the Baofengs before, you know how to do it. It's the same basic step. You do have a plug here for your speaker mic, okay, and a plug down here if you want to charge the radio. So, unfortunately, they did send me this with the wrong plug, but I really don't need it. I can just take a USB-C device, a USB-C plug, and plug it in there. This does have a very decent, beefy battery to it. I'm going to pull the battery off here, let you see it. There you go, okay. So you have 7.4 volt lithium-ion battery pack. You get a good 6 to 7 hours out of that in standby easily. It's a decent little battery. Slides on fairly easily, although I'm clumsy this morning. Had a little frustration out here this morning, so now I'm kind of clumsy getting everything done. There you go, real simple. And we turned it back on again. Now you'll notice the battery level is on the top here, and we're down 1 bar because I've been testing the heck out of this thing. So what we're going to do with this, you can wirelessly clone this too. That's handy too. If you have 2 of these and you programmed one, you can set this into wireless mode where it will clone to the other radio. Very, very handy. You can program this. I don't believe this is in chirp yet. It's a fairly newish radio, so it's not in chirp. And I did forget to tell you the battery capacity is 8,800 milliamp hours. So that's pretty darn good. You have a bunch of different colors you can order this in: red, black, orange, and green. I just chose black because I'm used to having a black radio. All in all, the frequency ranges on it are 68 all the way up to 108 megahertz, and that's for FM, and that's for receive only. 108 to 136 megahertz. It does do airband. It does immediately switch into AM mode, so you will be able to hear that. And for transmit, you have 136 to 660. Now, like I said, I don't want people up there transmitting in the 600 megahertz or 500. Be responsible with your radios. You guys, most of you guys watching this are either licensed hams or interested in getting your license. That's a good way to make sure you don't get your licenses to start doing stuff like that. So what we're going to do really quick is do a power test. Okay, I want to show you the power of this radio, the output, and then I'm going to let you hear it. I'm going to walk the end of my block, which is about a quarter mile away, and I will transmit with this Baofeng right here, and we will try the sound out, see what it sounds like from a bit of a distance. It is a very clear, punchy radio. I like the audio in it. So let me get that hooked up for the power test, and I'll bring you back. All right, so we're going to try it on a basic ham band here. We've got it on 14658. I am going to take it up to your power levels here. All right, let's transmit, take a look at that. So I'm showing about 4.9 or 5 watts. And you know what? Honestly, I'm pretty pleased with that because most of these smaller radios are in the 3 to 4 watt range, so I can't complain. That's not bad. Let's try it on 440. All right, here we go again. Now I got a 6, 5.9 and a 6 there. That's not bad. Cool, okay. So I'm pleased with that. Let's try it on low power. Okay, on 2 meters. Oh, let's get out of here. 1, 4, 6, 5, 8, 0. All right, so what we're going to do is take it to low power now. I got to move it back to power, and I'll find that for you in here in a sec. There's low power. See the L? 2.1 watts. Not bad, gotta say. Let's move it to the next level of power. I don't believe there's a medium in here, but let's find out. And then high. Okay, so back 4.9, 4.8 watts on 2 meters. Really can't complain about that. All in all, pretty darn good. We did get it bumped up a little bit there, almost 6 watts on 440. So, hey, that's pretty cool. A little bit higher than I expected. So, let me do an audio test on this. Like I said, I'm going to walk down to the end of my block, and I'm going to transmit. Just throw out my call sign there and let you hear what it sounds like. And we'll see how well this works as far as audio. Now, for me, the audio on this has been perfect. However, you do have that option of a speaker mic in there. Really, really cool. So, let's get this set up, and I'll bring you right back. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go for my walk now. I'll edit so you don't have to sit here and stare at a dead radio for 5 minutes. And I will bring you back once I'm actually talking on it. So, see you in a minute. All right, we're testing out this little ABBREE radio, W6UTC testing on simplex 2 meters. Just let you know how this radio sounds. And W6UTC clear. All right, back inside. How did you like it? Sounded good? I tell you, I'm really impressed with the audio in it. I would say it's a good first radio. They're not super expensive. They are on sale right now. They're $52.99. So for a decent little radio with a very nice screen, very easy to program, very easy to work with, can't really complain. Actually has a little bit of higher power there on 440 too, which is kind of cool. I want to let you hear what it sounds like. I got this radio now. I'm going to transmit with this. Now I'm going to be right here. I'm not going to walk away for this one because I don't feel like walking down the street again. Let's see here. W6UTC testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sounds pretty good all in all. Can't complain. Nice little radio, and I'm definitely impressed with it. So it will definitely be added to my communications preps. Definitely think about it, folks. Get your ham licenses, get your GMRS licenses if that's active in your area. It just so happens GMRS is very active in this area, so I am going to be including this radio in. I'm going to put the GMRS local repeaters in that radio. I don't really work much on the simplex, but the repeaters are really hopping out here. So it's definitely something nice to have. We have a couple repeaters that can be reached in town. And it's nice to have. It's a little bit more private, a little bit of a quieter environment to talk. If you're talking to somebody, a little more relaxed than ham radio, although you still have to, follow the rules. But it's still a whole lot better. So in the box, you're going to get the SMA female antenna. All right, you're going to get a hand strap, which I have over here. Believe it or not, this is a very minimalist set of directions. But this thing is so simple to use that honestly, you read through these the first time and you'll be ready to go. It's not difficult to use at all. Very simple to use. Very simple directions, and a nice little starter radio. If you're brand new to ham radio and you just got your license and you want to learn how to program, because obviously these radios are getting very popular. If you want to learn how to program it, just get it set up. It's very, very simple. They do have a program for it. I did not ask ABBREE for it, but I know they have a program for this. Very bare bones basic. You'll connect it via, you can use the Baofeng plug, by the way, because it does respond to that. You'll connect it through here with the Baofeng plug and through your computer, and you can program it with their software. I have not personally used it. However, in researching this radio, I found some videos of people using it. So it does seem like a basic utilitarian way to program it up. So all in all, I'm impressed with it. Like I said, it's on sale. These were $80. So they're down to $52.99 now. You definitely have a nice big wide range of frequencies, and that's really what I'm getting this for. I like the fact that it's got that big wide transmit area, because in a without rule of law situation, you may be transmitting out of band just so you can get some privacy and maybe take care of situations that might require it. Again, the FCC rules for ham radio pretty much say any way you can get your signal through an emergency is an okay way, but it has to be an emergency. Not I stubbed my toe or I think I need stitches in my finger. A real emergency, life or death. So remember that when you're messing around with it. And I am kind of excited now that I can test the power output on my radios with that little device back there. We'll probably do a review on that, but I doubt many people want to see it, just hams. So we may review that later. But all in all, I really like the radio. It seems to work very well. From about a quarter mile down my street, you see the signal was like I was standing right in the room. It was loud as anything. I watched the video, watched it back, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. That's a pretty good signal. So it's definitely a radio that I'm going to be using a lot of. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. Don't forget to check out the link. I will give you a link down below to Banggood where these radios are available. They are on sale right now. And don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there below, our freeze-dried wholesaler link that will save you 15% on any of your orders by using my link right down there. Our My Patriot supply link, that's preparewithiridium.com. Remember, $250 off a 3-month kit this month from my site, preparewithiridium.com, and our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store as well. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.